evening all. Ira Epstein of Linn and Associates with your metal market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for Wednesday, the 18th of August, 2021 at 5:10 p.m. Central Time. Now, before I get too far, you're going to see an icon up here. If you'd like to attend tomorrow's live webinar where you can ask any questions, stocks, options, futures, ETFs, spiders, we'll do our best to answer them, bring up charts, and try to give you an idea about them. So let's talk about how you do that. Just click it. You'll be into the invite area, fill out your name and all, you'll get an email. If you have markets you want me to cover, I'm getting some questions already. You'll see in there's my email address. Send them to me and I'll be happy to cover them for you. Okay, let's do our best now and talk about the market. The FOMC minutes. There's still debate about when to begin the tapering. It's not a question, will it begin? We've moved away from that. Now, when will it begin? I read what I saw today. I tried to dive through it. I also looked at what commodities have been doing recently. Whether you know it or not, $1,700 lumber's $450 right now. It's market after market that has been gradually sinking back. Stock market took a beating today. It was breaking earlier anyways this week, but today's notes just put the market over the cliff. And yet, you didn't see bonds or notes do anything. They didn't take off to the upside. If anything, prior in the 10-year note, you were at 130 on the benchmark 10-year. You finished in the 127 area. Gold, well, you can see it's up tonight, $5, but let's go to the charts and see what's really going on. As for the inflation story, if you're counting on gold, it hasn't done very much. I mean, just take a look. In July, you peaked out a year ago. That's a year ago, July. That's a weekly chart. This is where you're at now. So you're nowhere near where you were at those points in time. That was a mixture of, obviously, fear of inflation, panic going on with the COVID. And now we've got COVID and as bad a strain, if not worse. In fact, it is worse in terms of contagion, and the market's not able to do anything with it because we know so much more about everything else. When you look at this huge break, this was the jobs data on August 6th. Then the foreigners, because we came out Friday afternoon, jumped on in Asia, then in Europe, and everything came crashing down. We have climbed back up, but we're in an area where the market's got problems. The pattern, I had here wondering, did I have a swing line? Remember, I made the higher high than that. I can see where there's swing line peak there, but when you make a higher high, I don't count it real. I count these real, that I've got them lower and low, and now the market's starting to drop back, but that's not a bearish trend. It's nothing. What is taking place is the market rallied into the 100-day, into the 18-day average, the 100 and the 200 neighborhood. That's what I was trying to say. The first one that is hit is the 18-day average. If it can clear the 1797.60 area, I don't see why you couldn't go to 1810.5. Where's the resistance? Way up here. So you have different levels. You have the levels of resistance of 3 moving averages, and then I don't think you can count the Bollinger Band after that because it's so far away. So I think you're in the resistance area right now, which is pretty neutral zone in the market. In terms of momentum, you've been coming up. You're not overbought. You're close, but you're not there. So the market still has poise to the upside in terms of momentum. The gold-silver ratio, as long as it stays over this number and the higher it goes, the more silver loses to gold, and you're seeing that show itself up here. While the silver's in an uptrend on the swing line, it's nowhere near the 18-day average, so it's got its own set of problems. Momentum is just flat in the market. A market that's taken it on the chin because of China's slowdown has been copper. Just last week, Friday, you hit 441.90. You're at the 410 level 5 days later. I mean, that's what you call a huge break, approaching, 8-9%. That's a large break. You're outside of the Bollinger Bands. I don't expect it to drop dramatically from here, but you've certainly done a lot of damage on the chart. In the platinum, you still are on the downtrend. You've got lower highs, lower lows. Momentum has lost its up peak. You can see as it was climbing right there, ran into momentum, a big outside day down. Maybe you're going to that 962 level. To negate the downtrend in this market, you've got to take out 1028. Barring that, it is still bearish. Palladium just sinking away. Once it broke out of this area here, it just fell apart. And if you look at today, how the market finished at 24.87, it's about midway in the day. It's not really one way or the other. It's trying to get closer to that lower Bollinger Band, but 24.30, I take that back. I was looking at the open. 24.30 is near the day's lows. So you have 2 days in a row where you're underneath the bottom quadrants, in other words, lower part. That's a breakout to the downside. Would I tell you that it's a breakout down there and now get stuck on short? That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is the market is confirmed. And now, as it climbs back in to the Bollinger Bands, maybe up towards the 18-day average at some point, the question will be, does the pattern stay like this? Right now, you're either in the market or you've just missed the move, one of the two. In the dollar index, we've been in an uptrend, didn't get to the upper Bollinger Band, and as I pointed out, and I'm going to continue to point this out, this market has a hard time getting to that band often. It does it, but it has a harder time. Will it hit it this time? Wouldn't surprise me. 93.37, let's call it. That area is going to be, I think, where the resistance comes into the market. You are overbought as well. So you put it together, and it's a rough market right now. You might want to take a look at all the reports that we send via email to our clients every day. If you'd like to get our information, and we cover everything. When I say everything, it's all the financials, be it the stock indices. We're going to cover the currency markets. We cover the grains, the energy markets, both from an option point of view and a futures, and a lot of spread talk in the markets as well. Some of you like David Hightower. Well, if you know who he is, one of the large analysts in the market, he broadcasts through our services, and we get his reports as well. If you'd like to try all this, the ideal way is through our charting services, which will be free to you during this as well. All you need to do is give us a call, 866-973-2077, or go to our website. On the bottom right, you will see free offerings. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good day.